Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Patrick and I make videos about trip reports, destinations and occasionally working while travelling as a digital nomad. Today I'm headed to Seville. I've never travelled with Flixbus before. I did a separate review of this bus trip. Seville is one of the most popular digital nomad stops in Spain and it puts me into a bit of a reflective mood this week. Hello, this is my video about being productive as a digital nomad. After 25 years of corporate life, big chunks of that as a digital nomad before I even knew what being a digital nomad was. So I've got a few things to say about productivity as a digital nomad. Productivity is, I suppose, a bit of business lingo, meaning how to make more out of a given set of inputs to maximize efficiency. Do you want to be a digital nomad to do more? Maybe you do, and this video will work for you because, after all, productivity hinges on efficiency, and this video works well for those who want to do less, as well as for those who want to do more, and that means that I'm being very productive in making a video for both of you. For me, doing more work in less time means more time for doing fun things. That's the kind of productivity I want to see in the world. After 25 years of doing corporate work, and lots of that kind of working remotely, I didn't know what digital nomad meant. But since I've learned, I've realized that lots of those efficiencies that I've learned might be helpful to you, and that's what this video is about. Let's start with travelling slowly. Stop trying to fit in every place you've ever wanted to travel to. Ask me how I know. I just did a year of travel vlogging all around Europe, and I travelled, if not every day, every second day. And that's the perfect way to lead to burnout. You might get the chance to film and maybe even do a little bit of editing, but you don't get the chance to do the backups, to enjoy the place, to go out for a nice meal, to meet other people. My view is slower travel is better. I'm working with corporate clients this year, and if I were to move every day, I just wouldn't have the energy to do both things. Moving too regularly will affect your productivity. If I can, I travel on Saturdays because that gives me a whole day on Sunday to get my bearings, to go out and get some groceries, to find out if the Wi-Fi is working ahead of starting work with my corporate clients on a Monday morning. Now, at the moment, I am working with a corporate client, and that means Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. If you have complete control over your own diary, then maybe you want to move on a different day of the week, and that's fine. Environment matters too. And I've got 4 things to say about that. First, pick a city which likes digital nomads. Don't go where you're not wanted. It might have co-living or co-working arrangement, if that's your vibe. And I need a good coffee scene. It's good to be around other people who are doing something similar because you might want to hang out with them. Check Wi-Fi availability exists in the place that you want to work. I've been spending time in Seville and went to a place highly recommended as a co-working environment to find I was halfway through my cupcake before I discovered that they didn't have any Wi-Fi. Now, a lot of places in continental Europe stopped providing Wi-Fi after the pandemic because they weren't getting enough of a return on that provision. So you might want to check before you go to a place that you can stay there for the day. You've got to care about your own comfort. If you're working from a hostel, a hotel or an Airbnb, don't work from a sofa or your bed because one way or another, that sloppiness will come through in your work. Book places that have a desk or a table that you can use on your own and so that you can spread out your things. What I try and do is make every desk or every table that I use feel the same. That gives me a sense of familiarity and helps me get into my work faster. One more thing, invest in really great noise cancelling headphones, particularly if you're in a co-working or shared working space. It's the only thing that'll help you concentrate. What about equipment? You've got to use the best equipment that you can afford. High quality matters. A powerful enough laptop with good memory, the software that you need, and don't nick it, buy it. A backup hard drive, full compatibility with what your client needs or what you need to provide for yourself if you run your own business. If Wi-Fi access is expensive in the country that you're visiting, think about investing in a local SIM card with a few gigabytes of data on it. You might be very grateful. And the other good thing about that is if you've got a local phone number, it means that you can give your phone number to local people that you might want to hang out with. Let's talk about process. Make lists. I love a list. I really do. I like lists about lists. I like plans about plans. Sometimes they can help me prevaricate. But no, they really do help. There's nothing more satisfying than ticking things off as you go through your day. Lists are a great way to capture what you need to get things done. Do the hard bit first. If you're like me, I like to save the nicest piece of the meal right to the end. Beetroot. The opposite is true of work. Think of the most challenging part of your day as the broccoli you really don't want to eat. Get it over and done with first. Start your day when your energy is at its highest to tackle the thing you don't want to do, because otherwise it hangs over your day. Task batching. By bringing together specific tasks into a batch, for example, all your writing, all your coding, all your design work, all your social media posts, you can crack them out faster while your brain is attuned. I use a project management tool called Notion to keep track of and batch those tasks. But don't forget that paper also works. At the end of the day, for example, why don't you do a daily roundup? The things that went well, the things that didn't go well in your day. Even if you're tired, this works well because you need to use your own data and analytics to help your work behaviors improve. No one's going to do that for you, including me. Get to know yourself. When do you work best during the day? I'm high energy in the mornings, but don't ask me to do anything after 3 p.m. That needs a lot of attention. So what about value? Not every task that you carry out is of equal value. When your time is focused on tasks that make a financial return, your income per hour is inevitably much higher. I need to listen to my own advice, because 20 to 30% of my time I spend doing things like the accounts, answering emails or inquiries that come in, doing my social media posts, when I could be spending time increasing my revenue and thereby increasing my income per hour. Consider working with a virtual assistant. You'd be surprised how many people are doing this. Those virtual assistants tend to be people who are very skilled in doing the tasks that you find really boring, and they can do them faster at a lower cost than you can. Are we talking about health? Working in a room all day and keeping your head down to get those hours in is not a healthy way to live. You need to get up, take a break. The least that I think that I can do in any day is go for a walk. And my decision is that I'll go for a walk come rain, hail or shine, or even snow. Getting out there and getting a bit of fresh air really helps your head. It's worth considering some impactful or wellness activities such as yoga or Pilates. Opening up your body helps you to open up your mind. Let's talk about training. If you're a digital nomad, nobody's paying you to take training days. For you to stay competitive in your field, you need to carry on learning about the thing that you're already getting paid for so that you can improve, and also starting to learn about things in areas that you want to move into. The other thing I would add is that you add in tasks that improve yourself. You are not a drone. None of my advice is telling you that your digital nomad life needs to be identical to that of a corporate work drone. Being a digital nomad is not about presenteeism. It's not about being seen to be seen. It's not about moving your mouse every 10 minutes so that the little light beside you in Microsoft Teams pings red. But it is about taking the parts of working life that work for you. Routine, a focus on value, knowing your own process, taking time to reflect, and making work for you. Thank you so much for being here for this episode. Take care. Bye bye.